Hey crew, we have the scoop here for the candy dispenser and we need to model some threads. Not just put the graphic on there that labels threads, but actually create some threads that are a 3D model feature on this part. So how we're going to do that is to make sure that our very first sketch when we started was on the origin point and that we have these grid lines or other work planes that will pass through that. We leave there and then you'll finish modeling out the hole as needed. Actually, I'll just show it like that. So we have that hole with a counter bore, a deep counter bore, smaller part at the end. And then we are going to model threads on that by sketching on a work plane with this sketch. Rotate that back for you. Zoom in a little bit, hit F7. We're going to create a thread profile and then coil cut it around an axis. So let me show you how that looked. So I'll just delete that. Once I got this far on the part, I would go turn on the work plane. Let's start a sketch there. Let me try that again. There we go. Rotate back. F7. I would project my cut edges. And when I'm looking at that technical drawing from the packet, this is the scenario I'm showing right there, is that corner we're going to build off of. So I'm going to start with a line that goes straight up, 0.1. I'll just type that in, enter, escape, and then I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to find the midpoint of that line and go to the left, 0.07578. Enter. And don't worry that it rounds your decimals. As long as you're putting the right number, we'll be fine. And now I'm just going to rough in the two angled lines, like so. Notice they do not go quite to the end of the 0.1 line. They should stop a little bit short, and we are going to dimension exactly where right now. So from point to point, I want a dimension of 0.00625. Do that on both sides. 0.00625. I'm just going to move a couple dimensions around to organize my space a little bit. I'm going to right click, make that one a construction because that's for layout. I'm going to double check that my angles are looking right. 30 degrees, looks good, accept it. And that I have 60 overall. Excellent. Okay, now I need to add a little line here. Just rough that in. And we're going to dimension it from the 0.1 line over to that. Place it. And that number is 0.05413. 0.05413, check mark. And at this point here, I can do a couple fillets. The fillets on this end, oh, just kidding. Let's escape, Control Z. Let's try that again. Sorry. Fillet. You gotta look and see what is in the box there. We got 0.0125. Even happens to me. I always double check that. 0.0125, and then we can click these lines. Both sides. Looks good. Now I wish we could do the same up here, but we need to add a fillet without getting rid of this line. So we actually have to do the circle tangent technique. So circle, and we know the radius is 0.00625, then just go times 2, enter to get the circle you need. Let's make both my circles right away. 0.00625 times 2, enter. And then I will use tangent to control to the angled line and to the 0.1 line. Circle to angle, circle to 0.1, escape, escape. X to do my trimming, trims it all back, and I'm not going to trim anything else. I've tried to trim this in the past, but it really messes with dimensions, so it's better just to leave it connected here and do an extra click when we do our profile selection. Click, and here you got to do a couple extra clicks because that yellow line breaks it up, but there we go. We got from tangent to tangent still existing, and that is the profile right there. Okay, that's the shape you're going to need to make your tooth. So finish. Oh, except I forgot one thing too. Sorry. Messing up here. Let me get back into my sketch I was working on. F7, rotate. I need an axis line to coil around. So right down here I see I got a midpoint. Just draw that up nice and big so it's easy to select. And then I will be able to coil right there. And we're going to zoom in, and we need to select the big profile, but also those little arced areas on each side. So you're going to have 3 selections, and it should say 3 profiles right there. Then I'm going to switch over, click on the select axis. Notice it turned blue. Ready to tell the computer what my axis is, and it's this line here. And then your pitch should be pitch and height with a pitch of 0.1, a height of 0.7. If it's going above your part, use this double arrow to flip-flop down into the part. And of course, make sure we are cutting and click OK. And that is how we model 3/4-10 threads right there. Hopefully that helps. See you in the next video.